This is a takeover. Wall Street and the ASX now at our fingertips with this right here.
Welcome to Eagle Review, proudly supported by Stake. Download Stake from the App Store today. It's RAC Derby time and the regulation Sunday late Arvo slot. Thanks for coming. Just a lazy 13 changes from last week's side, but that's stocky standard for 2022. Sadly, this bloke wasn't one of them. Great to see the All-Australian defender and life member Brad Shepherd doing the lap of honour and tossing the coin pre-game. JK returned from his COVID hiatus and booted the opener of the match, but it was all Freo from that point on, piling on 7 straight majors and making the lead 34 points at the half. This was the Eagles' lowest score in a home game for the first 2 quarters. The Dockers had been outscored 11 goals to 1 in third quarters this year, a trend that looked like continuing when the Eagles booted 2 goals in the first 3 possessions of the half. The first coming from Seaton's centre clearance, Darling competes, and Petruccelli checks sides off the one step, then back to Nick Nat again in the middle. What a specimen, massive thump, follows up his own good work and snags it from 50, and the boys are looking on. But it was short-lived as Freo were able to wrestle back control through the term and eventually piling on plenty of late goals to run away easy winners by 55 points. They collect their second Derby win on the trot. Schultz won the medal. Here's Simo.
I don't think any club's gone through what we have with 10 guys coming in. So maybe we could have managed that better. I don't know how we could have because there's no one else available. There was some of our players who normally are high-end work rate players that were a little bit off, but I don't want that to be the story behind tonight's game. I think we weren't good enough tonight. We need to get on with next week. We've got Pies going really well, and we'll get some players back and hopefully some synergy, albeit a 6-day break.
West Coast ranked number 1 from front half intercepts so far in 2022, but it was all Freo who got on top of scores from turnovers in a big way. 73 points to a record low 9 by the Eagles. It could have been much worse if not for this Ryan fancy soccer goal late in the game from the Petruccelli tackle. Coincidentally, this was Ryan's first goal for 2022. West Coast were beaten in plenty of statistical categories on Sunday, except the contested possession tally, which has been a trend so far this year. A sign that despite plenty of soldiers down, the effort around the contest remained strong. As the Eagles entered half-time 6 goals down, the Dockers only won the inside 50 count by 4, a true sign of the stark difference between both sides' ball movement and execution entering the front half. The Eagles kicked a few late, almost preventing their lowest ever score in Derby history, but eventually falling just 1 point short. With Justin Longmuir and H&S protocols, former Eagles player and assistant coach Jamie Graham took the reins, making him the first punter to coach both WA sides, factoring in his fill-in performance back in 2018 against the Dogs, making his record 2-0. Defending duos Gav and Bunga were outstanding on the defensive end all day long. The stand-in skipper had 21 disposals and 8 intercept marks, while the premiership skipper collected a game-high 27 touches and 5 grabs from the oppo. Safe to say, without these 2 soldiers, the result could have been much worse. Hard to go past Nick's goal that should be nominated this week, as well as Gov's grab. Props to teammate Harry Edwards for providing such a solid support beam underneath. Sharing the podium with him, maybe JK's chase and tackle in the first quarter. This bloke was made an AFL Life member this week with 300 total games, including the pre-season, and to still be doing that at this age, super impressive. The major casualty was on Freo's end, with Darcy Tucker stretched it off with concussion following this tackle. Alex Pearce followed suit but returned soon after. As far as West Coast go, Jermaine Jones was subbed off late in the final term with hamstring tightness. It'll be a nervous wait with the 23-year-old in sublime form to start the 2022 season.
My man!
Outstanding job from Jackson Nelson in the first half, keeping ball magnet Andrew Brayshaw to just 7 touches in the first 2 terms, collecting 6 himself. Unfortunately, with the result ballooning out in the second half, the tag was relinquished and Brayshaw got his game back on track. Second gamer Nathan O'Driscoll felt the full force of this impressive Natanui fend-off. Ryan's Falcon was pretty entertaining, but the follow-up bump, he and Aish, couple of hard fellas going at it. Good contest for the footy, that one. Stiff bickies for anyone watching the Channel 7 broadcast yesterday. Here's JK's effort to end the first half.
Can the veteran provide? tonight, a year of pain.
A couple of interesting deliberate calls. The first against the Dockers, resulting in Nelson's second ever goal from the 50-metre penalty. His first goal, coincidentally, a 50-metre penalty against the Lions. The second was against the Eagles with this tappy team effort on the goal line. Here's Simo's thoughts post-game.
It evened itself up quite nicely, I thought.
Giants player James Peatling robbed of his first ever goal in AFL footy.
Fell on a plate, Peatling off!
Someone better find this commentator a name, quick smart.
I think there's been some good signs. I've liked Heaney. I've liked...
We got this player lining up for a shot on goal on the boundary. Old mate jumping in the shot, completely ruins it. He should hang out with the punter from Buddy's 1000th goal. They'd get along like a house on fire. We had Simo conducting his RAC Derby press conference in front of the green screen this week. Credit to Footy Sausage for a bit of humour and elite green screen capabilities with this tweet. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Eagle Review, proudly presented by Stake, who have recently launched ASX investing like no other. Visit hellostake.com or find them in the App Store today.
This is a takeover. Wall Street and the ASX now at our fingertips with this right here.